Welcome to my channel, Light as a Feather Tarot. This is going to be for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please take the messages that resonate. If you find that the messages aren't resonating, please check out your other signs. Also, this is a timeless reading, so whenever Spirit brings you these messages, that's when they were meant to be delivered to you. So I went ahead and I meditated over the cards, connected with my guides, and the channel messages that I was getting for you guys was no need to worry. Timing is really going to play a factor in what you're focused on. So a little bit of divine timing. And also Spirit told me the right time, the right place, right? The right time, the right place, the right time, the right situation, or the right person. That's kind of like the energy that I'm getting behind that. So if you would like a personal reading, please see all of my contact information below. Also, I want to thank you guys so much for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. Like seriously, my followers have just jumped up and I'm just amazed. And you know, I get so many beautiful comments and I read each and every one of them, and it's just really nice to get the confirmation that the messages are resonating. So yeah, so thank you so much for that. All right, so let's see what Spirit has to say. Also, my intentions for this reading that I'm bringing you, these messages are meant to serve your highest purpose and nothing, less than that. So Spirit, what messages do you have for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Look at that. Oh my God, I cannot make this stuff up. Channeled messages was no need to worry. Spirit is letting you know that there's something better. There is something better. Like that. Oh my gosh. I'm getting goosebumps, guys. There's something better. There is something better. And usually when this card comes up, when the universe puts certain things into our life and it's better, we're not even able to imagine, what the universe can bring to us. I always say, universe, please bring in my highest good. Bring in expected and unexpected abundance and blessings, right? The universe has no lack. It's unlimited supply. So if you're manifesting and you're a billionaire, you're not taking away from anybody. The universe has just unlimited amount of supplies to provide. All right, so Spirit, what other messages do you have for Leo? This is going to be a good reading, I have a feeling. All right, so we have no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. So in this card, it looks stormy ahead. It looks like there might be some obstacles, some bumps in the road. Spirit is saying that, you may get some type of spiritual nudges or some, they're showing me red flags in my mind's eye. So you might get some type of red signs, some type of feeling in your gut or your instincts that, maybe I should wait a bit. Maybe this isn't the right time. Or maybe this is the time just to say no. I feel like these two messages go together because, if you are in the position to say no, or you're going to, pause whatever the situation is, there is going to be something better coming in for you. So very beautiful. All right, so you guys are starting off with the World card. This is talking about some type of cycle completion. And typically with the World card, it's a successful completion at that. So we have the Knight of Swords. So, knights bring in change. You could have some type of clarity come in. The swords are about intellect, about communication. You could have some type of communication in regards to some of you may be dealing with court, If not, you may be dealing with a situation, and Spirit is saying that things are gonna balance themselves out. Things are gonna work out just, and they're gonna work out fair. And you have the Death card here. So this speaks about transformations and endings. Let's see. It's a bit of a glare here. All right, there we go. I brought these cards out today. I haven't used these cards in a long time because they're a little dark. But Spirit was they said, come on, bring these out. So I was like, all right. Okay, so then next we have the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands speaks of, you may have to overcome some obstacles. This could also be you standing your ground, setting boundaries. And then you have the Hierophant. So it speaks about some type of commitment, some type of large institution. All right, so the overall energy is a 10 of Cups. So this is emotional fulfillment, happy family life, your comfort, your stability. Underneath that you have the Nine of Pentacles. So then this is you wanting for nothing. The Nine of Pentacles represents like the Garden of Eden. Ace of Cups. So you might have recently had some type of brand new beginning that offers you some type of emotional fulfillment. And then you have the Ten of Wands here. So that's that completion, So everybody's at different points in their path. You could be coming up to this Ten of Wands, to this cycle completion, which is going to lead you to the world. And then you may be coming into this new beginning, this new emotional fulfillment. The Nine of Pentacles, there's no lack. And there's no lack. It could be financial, emotional. Spirit, what other messages does Leo need to know? Okay, so you have, be aware that your thoughts and feelings are just as impactful as your actions. Hey, thoughts become things, right? Thoughts become things. Watch your thoughts. Watch how you talk to yourself, because you don't want to affect your manifestations. You don't want to affect your abundance, your future abundance, or your abundance coming in a negative way. So, Spirit is saying that, things are going to get, something's better coming in. So let's see. I'm going to get a few clarifying cards. All right. So Spirit, can you please clarify the World card? So you have some type of successful completion, and then you have the Page of Wands. So this is the very beginning of messages coming in. Wands typically speak of messages of work. So you could be hearing the very beginnings of some type of work opportunity. Maybe, hey, I saw your resume. Just the very beginnings of the conversation. So maybe someone calling you to set up an interview. Page of Wands also speaks about some type of creative passion, some type of spark of inspiration, some type of focus and determination. So you could be receiving some type of messages that gives you this spark. And you have the Lovers here. So for some of you, these messages could be the beginning of, some type of love relationship. This is someone asking you to go have coffee or go have lunch. It's very light. It's the very beginning. If it's not romantic for you, these are the very beginning messages, and these messages are going to lead you to have to make a choice about something. So with the Knight of Swords, you have the Six of Pentacles. So that speaks about give and take. That speaks about, you know, generosity, bringing more balance into your life. I feel like if this is in regards to a relationship, you know, this Knight of Swords, you know, you could be getting messages from an air sign. So this would be like Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, you know, or they could have air in their chart. You know, maybe they bring a different aspect to them. You know, even though it's new, I feel like some of you may feel that they're bringing some type of generosity, some type of give and take. There's some type of compromise, and maybe you didn't have that in the past relationships. For others of you, you know, this could speak about some type of money coming in that you didn't expect. Maybe some type of settlement or some type of inheritance, some type of generosity coming in. You know, somebody could be offering you a loan or offering you a gift. And it doesn't have to be financial, you know, it can be something valuable in nature. Somebody could, this Knight of Swords is about communication, is about intellect. They could be offering you some type of valuable advice, which is going to bring you emotional fulfillment, which is going to bring you contentment. So with the Justice card, you have the King of Swords. I feel like for some of you guys, you know, you are making a decision. You know, this is your energy right here. Whatever valuable information you got right here, it brings you to this energy of the King of Swords. You know, the King of Swords is very direct. He has very good communication, very analytical, very strategic, very focused and determined. I feel like you're focused on regaining your balance. You're focused on justice. You're focused on, you know, fairness in the situation. You know, you're focused on, you know, moving forward. And this is something you manifest. You ask the universe for this movement forward. You know, moving away from a situation that doesn't serve you anymore. So with the Death card here, you have the Wheel of Fortune and you have the Nine of Wands, or the Knight of Wands. So with the Death card here, I feel like, you know, some of you are going through some type of transformation, right? Sometimes transformations are uncomfortable because there's growth, you know, like a snake shedding its skin. It's not always pretty, but it's necessary. Because with every end, there's a beginning. So with this Death, if you are looking for some type of ending, you know, divine timing is going to play a part. And in the channel messages, Spirit said the right time, the right place, right? When that timing comes in, I feel like it's going to be some type of quick energy. With the Knight of Wands showing up here. Also, I feel like it's going to ignite some type of passion within you, or some type of focus, or some type of determination. With the Seven of Wands, we have the Hermit. So this is about you. This is about you going within. This is about you following your light. You know, this is about you evaluating, you know, what's important to you as far as your boundaries, as far as your non-negotiables, you know, what you believe in. I feel like you're really going to be reevaluating those things. You know, you're really going to be going within and looking at your future, your expansion. With the Hierophant here, you have the Page of Pentacles. So that's, you know, the Page of Pentacles is a messenger coming in. Text messages, emails, phone calls, and it's in regards to some type of new financial opportunity or something of value. You know, some of you could be getting a message from a large institution, a company. Some of you may have several options when it comes to these messages. You have the Ten of Swords here, so it speaks about some type of ending. You know, it might not have been easy, but you are going to complete this cycle. The universe is guiding you and supporting you through this transition until you get to this ending. So let's get some tea leaf cards. So Spirit, what extra messages does Leo need to know? All right, you have Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So this may not be romantic for you. For some of you, it could be in regards to a soul connection. So that doesn't have to be romantic. So there could be a friendship coming up that is significant. You also have Parrot here. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. So, you know, Spirit is saying that you control your thoughts. You control what you focus on. You know, so I wouldn't worry if you hear that someone is talking about you. You know, that really speaks upon their spiritual growth, you know? Because if you're focusing on your path, if you're focusing on your abundance, on your emotional fulfillment, on your manifestations, you know, you wouldn't have time to gossip about people. And I feel like you're going to be moving away from that energy if you are dealing with that. Firecracker, so there's going to be some type of excitement coming in. Bowl, plenty of material things. Spirit is letting you know that, you know, there's something coming in and is going to provide you with many material things. You have this, the beginning of messages coming in, financial or valuable in nature. And look at that, 7 of Cups. So you may have multiple financial opportunities coming in. You know, for some of you, it could be a job offer. While you're getting a job offer for a couple of companies, some of you may have side hustles and you're creating new income streams. Excuse me. It may have been things that you may never have thought of, and Spirit just brought into your life, right? This is for somebody or a couple of people specifically. You know, flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. This is right here. With the 7 of Wands, this is standing your ground. This is creating healthy boundaries for yourself. You know, don't dim your light for anyone. Don't lower your standards for anyone, because your standards are going to set, you know, your future, your expansion. And you don't want to settle for your expansion or your future. You have fire here, strong emotion, passion, love, or hate. And I'm feeling the passion energy if this does resonate with you as far as a love relationship. You also have fair man coming up here. There could be a fair man, maybe someone with blonde or gray or white hair that may be significant as well. All right, one more card. You have owl here, good advice from a wise person. And that was right here. You know, with the Knight of Swords coming in and the 6 of Pentacles, you know, this is somebody offering you some type of good advice, you know, and that could lead to one of those Seven of Cups as far as financial opportunity. So guys, very beautiful reading. Please comment below. Let me know how these messages are resonating with you guys. I hope you guys are safe, and until next time.